Hey everyone, back to another episode of Rebel Rewind. My name's Christopher. With me, as always, is this guy over here, Eric.
Hello.
And Eric, you're repping the sequel trilogy there with the Force Awakens shirt.
Yeah, my favorite of the three.
Yeah,
films. Yeah,
nice. I like that
yeah,
shirt.
yeah, yeah. I got this a couple of years ago. So how's everything going, Chris? How's your day?
Good, good. It was a good day. Yeah, good day. Slowed down now. The holidays are over finally, right? And things are slowing down. Things are winding down. How about you?
Yeah, I had the day off yesterday and today, Monday and
Oh,
Tuesday.
nice.
So I
Nice.
was really enjoying today. We actually got some snow here in Houston.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So yeah, it was fun. Yeah, it was fun. It's like that.
What was there a bunch of
Rarely ever
accidents on
happens,
the
man.
freeway again, or what? Were people staying indoors?
I think for the most part, like I walked, went to the park and kind of like looked down the road, and nobody was on the street. So I'm
Yeah,
assuming that a lot of people were just kind of stayed home. I think a lot of businesses, were like closed down for the
close.
day.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know. Like, do you guys have any sort of like snow removal? Like, do you guys got snow plows down there for
Oh,
like
I don't.
the
Well,
once every 2 years that you guys get snow?
yeah, that's basically what it is. Once every like 2 years or so. Actually, I think 2021 when we got the last like really cold like snap, like we actually had
Yeah,
ice and whatnot. So I think the city does have, and they have the where they put the salt on the streets and stuff like that.
oh,
Yeah,
okay. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. They probably don't have the same size fleet as we do up here. Like
I
they might
doubt
have
it.
like
Yeah,
10 trucks.
it's gonna have to dust dust it off all that snow. I mean, the dust that have been collecting on those machines since they don't use it as often.
Yeah,
So
right.
you guys in up north, yeah.
Yeah,
So it's like where we're at in Houston is like we don't get snow, or we rarely ever get snow.
yeah,
Like where my parents are, like in North Texas, they get snow.
yeah.
Yeah,
They
they
get
get
snow
it.
sometimes. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like almost every
T-Man's
year.
in the chat. Says hello
What's up,
everyone. How's
man?
it going today? Just got out of work. Hey T-Man, thanks for hopping in the chat. How are you doing today,
Nice,
Sire?
brother.
And how are you doing, Chris?
Doing good,
Doing
man.
good. Hopefully you're doing good. How's your grandma, T-Man? Are you watching on the way home? Hopefully you're not driving and watching.
No, don't do that, man.
Don't do that. Yeah, but yeah, I think we got some
A
pretty
few
good news.
news. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's kind of light week for
Ryan
news,
Gosling,
but
though, we got some news that Ryan Gosling is coming to the Star Wars galaxy, which is crazy.
yeah. See, I didn't get that bit of news today.
Yeah, so we'll cover that in a little bit too. Yeah, no Star Wars shows to watch for a little while because we're done with Skeleton Crew. That ended last week. We will be doing like a ranking of all the live action TV series. We'll let you guys know when we'll be doing that, but that'll be coming soon in a future episode. T-Man says right now in Michigan, Grand Rapids, the temperature is -3 and we have a foot of snow, and my grandma is okay. Thank you for asking. She's doing way better and she's changed. That's good. Good to hear. But yes, I'm here. Glad to be here. I am relaxing after work. So glad to be here. Awesome. Well, glad to have you in the chat, T-Man. Patrick Poptography says, "Hey fellas, Eric. Hopefully you're enjoying the snow."
Yes, man.
Yeah, Patrick's no stranger to the snow. So
like we want to get some of that snow you guys talk about.
yeah. You're like, what is this white stuff?
Yeah, right. Actually, it's like in some spots it was like 2 inches, and then I kind of stepped into the spot where it actually had like half a foot of snow. So I was like, wow, this is pretty deep.
That's a lot. You got a good dumping of snow then.
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy. But let's jump into some of the news for this evening, because we got quite a bit of news for a slow news week, I think. So let me bring up the first article. So the first one is about that deleted scene from Skeleton Crew, that deleted Order 66 scene. So actress Yasmin Al-Masri, hopefully I'm not butchering her name, has taken to social media to share that she was supposed to appear in Skeleton Crew as Jod Nawood's Jedi Master. So on Instagram, the actress showed off behind-the-scenes photos of her in costume and of her training on set, even wielding a prop lightsaber. Al-Masari, and her character eventually did not make the final cut. Which, first off, like, because we've talked about this before about the what is her name, Haley Webb, who
Yeah,
like she
right.
was on IMDb as Nina Nawood, and if you Googled Skeleton Crew cast, like she was on there as Nina Nawood under Google. So they must have got it wrong. Let me bring up that image because I took a screenshot a while back. But like if you Google it now, she's no longer on there. So let me just they definitely scrubbed it. So let me bring up my window here. So this is what I'm talking about here. So Haley Webb, Nina Nawood, right here. So interesting, right?
Yeah. So I guess they had their eye on two actresses, or maybe they had chosen one and then maybe it was somebody else further down
That's
while they're
possibly right, but like it's just kind of weird. Like that.
Yeah.
Now if you Google it, like I Googled it the other day, and her name's not on this list here. It's everyone else is on it, but like that she's not on the list. So that must have been a mistake. And like mistakes happen, right? But yeah, back to the article.
Nina?
Yeah. But yeah, apparently Yasmin was supposed to be in the show, and her scenes got cut. So as it is now, audiences get hints of Jod's past, which we did. We got hints in the last episode where Jod delivers some exposition indicating that his master was killed when he was young. He was abandoned, left starving. She found her. She was in rough shape as well. So, which kind of points to his master, Yasmin's character, surviving the first batch of slaughtering by the clones. So it's possible clones caught up with her later on after the initial Order 66, and clones got her, or maybe an Inquisitor got her. So, but either way, like Jod mentioned in the series that he saw her get killed, right? Pretty much. So, interesting stuff. I'm gonna bring up the Instagram here. I don't know if I can go. No, hold on. That's not it. Let me just go to her Instagram here. So here's her Instagram post. So she posted, this was the shortest acting job I have ever done, but the most meaningful to the child in me. Playing a Jedi for one scene in Skeleton Crew. I gave a speech when the crew rapped on me saying, "You just created the first Arab female Jedi. Thank you." The scene unfortunately didn't make it into the finale cut because these things happen, which they do. Stuff gets cut. And after seeing the finale, like, what do you think? Like, do you think they should have kept it in? Like, I feel like it was good without it. Like, the whole series stood on its own feet without any cameos, without any big like Order 66 scenes and stuff like that. Like, what are your thoughts? Do you think they should have put it in?
I think they should have put something along. I mean, they casted her, so they could have been, put in there, even maybe maybe a little moment of their training or something like that, or maybe you'll see like clones, chasing her down the woods or something. That would have been kind of cool. But yeah, some kind of a flashback would have been nice. I think for the most part, I was wanting that.
That's what I was wanting.
For what we thought we were going to get.
I am happy with what we got too.
Oh yeah, it did good. Yeah. I mean, the fact that they mentioned it was a nice little. If they wouldn't have said anything at all, I would have been.
Yeah.
Really
yeah. I would have been ticked as well.
Yeah. Because I mean,
but who knows? Maybe when we get the Steelbook, because like we've gotten Steelbook releases for all the live action series so far. So like Mandalorian, all 3 seasons. We've gotten Andor. We've gotten Ahsoka, Kenobi. Actually, we didn't get one for Book of Boba Fett yet. I don't think.
No.
Which is kind of unfortunate. So hopefully we'll get a Skeleton Crew physical release, and maybe there'll be some behind the scenes and the deleted scenes. But she did post some photos. So here's the photos on Instagram here.
So that was actually footage of them of the scene being.
Yeah.
So
I don't know if there's audio. There's no audio with this.
So this is like her practicing, right? I mean,
Yeah, and
yeah,
she took photos in costume as
yeah, that
well.
looks good as a Jedi. Yeah.
Yeah, right. So
I
here's
saw the one
her
with her hood
training.
on.
Yeah,
She needs to be a little faster than that. Come on.
yeah. But I mean, the costume does look like um prequel era Jedi robes too.
Yeah.
So I guess this is who's training her.
Mm-hmm.
So here's her with the robes with the hood up, which
Yeah.
looks awesome. Yeah, here's her doing some more training. I'm assuming deflecting blaster shots from clones, possibly, right?
Yeah.
Um, yeah, very cool. Would have been cool to see for sure.
Yeah. That's cool right there too.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it is unfortunate that we didn't get it. It, I don't know if it would have. I don't know if it would have added anything, like because like the speech that Jod gave was really fantastic,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
However, this is what we were all expecting in Order
Yeah.
6016. But it's good that the show could get away with not having it, and it still was that good, right, of a show,
Yeah.
So if that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah. They were talking
Yeah.
about one of my last story, talking about cameos and whatnot, even though this is not a cameo for the fact that we've never seen this character before and knew, but I
Yeah.
mean the fact that they've been didn't go back into Order 66 era or anything like that, which
Yeah.
I would have
Absolutely.
personally liked it, but it's all good. I think they did a
Yeah.
good job in saying what happened to him, so
Yeah.
in that
Yeah.
way I wasn't upset.
Yeah. Maybe they were crunched for like time wise, like for like the episode. Maybe they didn't want it to be too long. They didn't want to mess with the pacing too much. Like maybe the pacing would have
Maybe.
been a little bit
Yeah.
off with it. I don't know, for whatever reason, but I guess we'll have to wait and see if we get a physical release of the series, and hopefully there'll be the deleted scene
They could have just
back
slipped
in.
in a couple of seconds of it, a little flashback, and then
Yeah,
him
like
continue talking to the kids,
even
and
with
then
him,
back
even
again.
with him talking and
Yeah.
talking over the footage, right? Even
Yeah.
even
It's
with
all
him
good
talking
though.
over the flashback. Yeah, but it's all good. Yeah, it is all good. T-Man says, interesting, Sire, that you are wearing the Force Awakens shirt. I actually put on Force Awakens for my grandma a few nights ago.
It's a good movie. I
Yeah.
like the first.
Yeah, Mando. Yeah, we needed that scene for the show. Yeah, maybe we finally get our scene of some kids getting slaughtered. Oh, jeez. Fried kids, fried pickles. Fried kids are greater than fried pickles. I mean, hey, you do you, T-Man. You do you. Yeah. So yeah. Either way, the last episode was fantastic. Best
Yeah, it
episode out of the
was.
series. Um, yeah. For me, like it would have been cool to see the Order 6016, but I get why they didn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, even if, like I said, even if we didn't get her like actually getting killed or whatever, at least them chasing it down and giving you the impression that she died or whatever, they killed her. But
Yeah.
that's okay. I
Yeah.
mean, at least it was kind of mentioned and in the story, and it wasn't completely like we didn't get anything. So
yeah, absolutely.
So I'm not sure you want to go ahead and my first story for this evening. So
Yeah.
there's been some rumors out there that Natalie Portman was coming to Ahsoka season 2. Well, was in talks of it, but there's a redaction or whatever to the story. So an update: Natalie Portman is not in negotiation for Ahsoka season 2. Update: a source told SWNN that rumors shared below is not accurate. We don't have any details to add, but as of today, Natalie Portman is not in negotiation to return to in Ahsoka season 2. So beware, the story below has been corrected. So Natalie Portman is close. So this is the story that was been spreading around. as Natalie Portman may be close to signing a deal to return as Padme in the new season of Ahsoka. So from what we've heard, Dave Filoni's been pushing hard to bring Padme back into Star Wars fold. This comes after Kristen Harloff was recently reported that Ahsoka will bring back Ewan McGregor, Hayden Christensen, and Ariana Greenblatt. He says he believes the two sides are close to reaching a deal. Ahsoka season 2 will reportedly start production this spring, which is, of course, still possibly around April. Thus far, the only reported piece of casting for the upcoming season has been Rory McCann that we talked about. I think it was last week. As Balin. So the rest of the main cast is expected to return. So in summary, Natalie Portman is not in negotiation for Ahsoka season 2, but Dave Filoni is pushing to have her on. So at least we have that Dave Filoni wants her.
Yeah.
But as of far, there hasn't been no signing, and she hasn't been casted to reprise her role.
Yeah. So could you imagine if they do get her on?
I don't know, man.
You get the big three from the prequels reunited, right? Because that's one thing. As much as like the sequel trilogy, like I know not everyone liked the sequel trilogy for that exact reason too, as well, that they didn't get the big three characters from the original trilogy back together. Like Luke and Leia had their scene, Han and Leia had their scene, but they didn't have all three of them back together, which again, like as much as I enjoyed the sequel trilogy, I do agree with that. Like they should have had at least one scene together at some point. Right? So if they do get Natalie on board, like that would be amazing. Like Dave would be like we'll all be like, all hail Dave.
He did it.
Yeah, he did it. Bring back Natalie for Padme. Bring like the flashbacks, have Hayden there and Ewan and Ahsoka, young Ahsoka, played by Ariana Greenblatt. But I don't know, like I was scrolling Instagram, I think it was yesterday, and I should have screenshotted it. But I saw somebody, he was talking about this rumor, Natalie Portman being signed or close to signing. And he was saying, like, how cool would it be if they signed her to play Abeloth? And at first I was like, I don't know. I don't know if this would make sense, because like we did hear that rumor that they were looking to cast Abeloth. But like, what if they did both? What if they brought Natalie Portman in to play Padme in flashbacks, so then like they get to like later in the second season, and they're like, boom, here's Abeloth, and she's the embodiment of Padme.
That would be crazy, man.
That'd be pretty crazy, right? Like have her face decaying a little bit, like because she's so evil and she can't.
So you have like Anakin as the father, right? Anakin's the father.
Yeah, but also like how messed up would like Force Ghost Anakin be? Like he sees Abeloth, and Abeloth looks exactly like Padme, just like a little more evil. Like how messed up would that be?
Yeah,
for Anakin or even Luke in like the if he shows up in the second season of Ahsoka, like that'd be pretty messed up, right?
Yeah.
I could get behind it though, right? Like that's something I could get behind.
That'll be a crazy twist.
Like what if that's how they explain the whole? Because like I don't know, I myself I don't remember them explaining like the whole Padme death. Like they said, oh, she died because she lost the will to live. But like what if that losing that will to live was because of Abeloth's spirit, I guess, and she needed like a body to come back into the real world, because like it was never really explained in like in TV series or anything like that, right? So like what if Abeloth killed Padme just so she could use her body as like a being to come back as,
Yeah, that would be
I don't know. It's like way out in left field.
Yeah,
I know that, but
it's a heck of a theory.
Yeah. Right?
No, that would be something else. I mean, yeah, if they were to do something like that. But I mean, the whole Mortis gods and that, that's, I mean, it's out there, so it's wild. It's a wild theory. That would be crazy.
It is a wild theory. Yeah. T-Man. Honestly, though, I'm excited for Andor season 2. So are we. Eric and I both. We rank Andor very high on our live action series list. It has been a very long time, over 2.5 years now since season 1. I have a good feeling about this. Yeah, so do I. And coming out in April, so I mean, really not that long, but it still feels like a long wait. Fun fact: T-Man Does Games will be in Ahsoka season 7.
T-Man.
Oh, T-Man!
Sign that
He
fat
will,
contract.
he will be playing Boba Fett.
Boba Fett.
Or Boba Fett. Maybe that was a spelling mistake.
Nah, Boba Fett.
Boba Fett.
No, and there's Andor season 2 is going to be. I mean, what I've heard so far, it's going to be so good.
Yeah,
that's going to be the show for this year.
Yeah,
Skeleton Crew was amazing.
It was good. It was great. Like, it was a great series. But yeah,
Andor season 2.
Andor is going to be the one. Yeah. I just hope they do more advertising for it, because like for the first season they didn't really do much promotional stuff for season 1. They didn't really advertise it. Not like Skeleton Crew. Like, Skeleton Crew got a whole bunch of short like TV spots and stuff like that, and like little trailers with additional footage every time. Yeah, right. So
yeah, they did get a lot of.
Hopefully, they promote Andor a little bit more this time.
Yeah, please, because I mean, it deserved that. All the actors, man, they should get their praises for this show. They did a phenomenal job on the first season. So hope more people get to watch this one, and actually like willing, like wanting, just like us are, streaming it and whatnot, and have parties, and because the show's gonna deserve it, and it's gonna be really good.
Mm-hmm.
First one was good, so
yeah. So jumping into some Mandalorian Grogu news. So we did report on this a little while back now. The Sigourney Weaver joining the cast of the Mandalorian and Grogu movie. So I guess they know a little bit more about it. So the Mandalorian and Grogu, Sigourney Weaver has a small role. Peter Ramsey was second unit director. So Hollywood insider Jeff Snyder, aka the Insnider, has given new rumors and info he's heard about the Mandalorian and Grogu via the Hot Mic podcast with John Rocha. While the details are sparse, Snyder does divulge the name of Sigourney Weaver's character and her possible role in the movie. So Star Wars was not a main talking point on the John Rocha and Jeff Snyder's latest podcast on January 16th. However, listeners submitted questions asking for more Star Wars info. Snyder stated that Sigourney Weaver's character's name is Bishop, and that she is a colonel in the New Republic. Viewers can listen to Snyder's full statement in the video below, which I think we can probably get away with playing, possibly. Snyder also adds that Weaver is only in the movie for a few scenes. Rocha, after hearing this, likens it to Carrie Ann Moss's role in The Acolyte, to which Snyder doesn't deny the comparison. So maybe she dies at some point. Maybe that's why she's only in it. So like for such a short time, because that's what happened with Carrie Ann Moss's Master Indara, right? So the name Bishop is also interesting, considering that's the name of Lance Henriksen's character in Aliens. Bishop is an android in the film. At first, Sigourney Weaver's character, Ellen Ripley, is antagonistic to Bishop after the last android she worked with, Ash, betrayed and nearly killed her. Bishop turns out to be a hero by the end of the film and is nothing like her counterpart from the first movie, Alien. It's unknown if there's a meaning to the name of the character, if any. Is the name simply just a nod to the first Aliens? Possibly. Does her character have some mysterious allegiances that the audience might not know about? we don't know yet. In addition to that, Snyder also revealed that Jon Favreau contracted COVID-19 during the production of The Mandalorian and Grogu, and had to direct a few scenes remotely with the help of Dave Filoni and first assistant director Kim Richards. And someone we didn't know worked for this movie, second unit director Peter Ramsey, who worked on Ahsoka, which is very cool because getting some work on the movie is very cool. And then recently there have been a string of rumors and wild news tidbits that have come out about the movie, including the rumor that Embo will be the villain of The Mandalorian and Grogu. The film is currently in post-production with a scheduled release of May 22nd, 2026. And I'm sure fans are going to see like some sort of trailer on at Star Wars Celebration Japan, which is going to be crazy. And I'm jealous of everyone going.
Yeah, me too.
So,
me too.
Yeah, that's a lot of news. But so the name Bishop, and a colonel for the New Republic. So I see when I saw that casting news, that was another thing. Like I also thought Sigourney Weaver could make a decent Abeloth, because like she played the character she played in Ghostbusters, where she was like,
the ghostly,
the she was not seduced, but like kind of taken over by the ghost, right? Like the hair was all like I could see it. I could picture her as Abeloth, but that's not the case, I guess. So
see, there goes my theory. I thought she was going to be Pelimoto's sister.
I mean, she could. Who knows? Maybe she could. She could still be, just because her name's Bishop.
I see. There goes. If they're going to do that, like kind of like a cyborg, maybe her character's a cyborg, even though she's a what does he call a captain or a commander?
Colonel. Yeah,
colonel. Maybe. I don't know. Yeah. Maybe she's an android, or maybe she got
Colonel Bishop Motto, sister of Peli Motto. You never know.
Man, the two different paths. One chose.
Two different paths. Yeah, absolutely. Well, we'll have to wait
with mechanic.
Right? Yeah, we'll have to wait and see what comes about. So,
all right,
interesting stuff.
Oh yeah, I mean, we got a name. We got
a name now.
Ranking what she's going to be doing. So that's good.
Yeah.
So Skeleton Crew reveals why there were no Star Wars cameos and addresses future Mandalorian crossover potential. So Skeleton Crew's creator has revealed that there aren't any major Star Wars cameos in the series. So no big names showed up in the series as one has expected, like Hondo Ohnaka or Carson Teva, despite being set in the same era as the show as The Mandalorian and Ahsoka. Skeleton Crew creator John Watt and Christopher Ford revealed why they didn't feel they needed to include any major cameos. So Christopher Ford said, "We were open to it." John Watt, "Yeah, it's not like anyone Lucasfilm was like, you can't do it. If anything, they were like, yeah, if any opportunity comes up, we're totally open to that, adding, cameos. But we were focused on making our story work. But we got to the end of the writing the first season, and they were like, we made it through without any cameos." Christopher Ford said when they were looking back, they were like, can we stick one in? And then he said, well, it may mess things up. So John Watt was more interested in the idea of getting people to like these characters without using cameos as a crutch. They're potentially so in the future, seeing our characters as they grow up, we'll see how they would fit in the larger galaxy. While known Star Wars names have certainly showed up and interact with these new characters in the potential future, it's like Skeleton Crew creator made the right choice for the debut story, not to add any cameos. Now that the crew of the Onyx Cinder has been established, now they can add if they choose to, if we get a second season, which would involve other characters, possibly Star Wars characters, to add to it. So after all, we wouldn't want to see Neil. We would love to see Neil and Grogu on screen together at some point, and I totally agree with that sentence right there. So imagine and Grogu, or him with the his little brothers.
That would be like a cuteness overload. Like the
Jeez,
internet would
overload.
break, right? Right?
Yeah,
I mean, I feel like they succeeded though. They
yeah, they
succeeded
did.
in getting
Certainly.
like everyone liking these characters. Like I thought the kids did
the kids.
fantastic. The kids did fantastic. Like great acting from the kids. Like because these kids at the time of filming, they were like all like what, like 11, 12 years old?
Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah.
So they did an incredible job on acting, right? And the writing was great, and
Jude Law.
Yeah, they made us like these characters. They even made us like Jude Law, even when he did all that crappy stuff at the end, right? when he turned on the kids and he chopped off 33's head and stuff like that.
Brutal,
right? So, we still like the guy.
There's still a chance. There's still a chance he could turn to the light side. So and it kind of looked like he was kind of remorse towards the end of it.
Yeah.
If they were to make a season 2, I think that would be cool if they were to do that story.
Yeah.
But I think Tony was saying that good thing. Star Wars said was pretty much saying good thing that they didn't change him at the end. That he stayed a bad guy throughout the whole. Once he was established a bad guy, he didn't flip flop. So I kind of agree with that.
I agree with that, and I agree with the article, like throwing in a cameo. So like Hondo Ohnaka, people were like, you and I as included, like we thought he was going to show up because it's a pirate show. But looking at how the season went, where would he have fit in? Like he wouldn't have fit in anywhere, right? Like maybe at the starport, like where the kids went first, where they met Jod, like maybe there. But like where else in the series would he have fit in? Like he couldn't be in like Captain Tak Renan's lair. He couldn't be in there.
He could have been like right in the center of all the pirates, and just kind of like on this like pedestal or whatever, just in the background, kind of like
but then it's like they're just throwing him in, and it doesn't really make sense, right? So
if they just kind of maybe over, kind of
so like maybe cameos make more sense in the second season, like because now that Atten is out there, like people, it's open for business. There's nothing protecting it. It's so close to Dathomir, right? Like it's close to Dathomir, I think, is what we're told.
We're going to have a heavy presence of the New Republic for sure.
Yeah, the New Republic's going to be around. Thrawn is over on Dathomir, so like he's probably going to get whispers of this Republic mint that he can probably try and invade, and pirates are going to get word of it. So maybe it makes more sense for like pirates to try and take at Atten in the second season, right? Or in the movie.
Yeah.
right?
Because you're gonna have to have some serious like protection over that planet now. So you can't just have pirates and just a little barrier. We're gonna have to have some major
and the new Republic's gonna have a tough time doing that, right?
Yeah,
especially with Ron's military forces and the Night Sisters over there on Dathomir. Like I was watching Mike, who we had on the show a while back. I was watching Mike on his live stream, a guy who loves Star Wars. Go check him out. On one of his live streams recently, he was saying like if they made the Mandalorian and Grogu movie, like if that was the plot, like to have it as the battle for Atten, and that's how they tied it into the Skeleton Crew show. Like they got to try and like Thrawn's gonna be trying to get the credits off of Atten and the Republic and the New Republic and Mando and Grogu. They have to try and protect this planet and stuff like that. Like I'd be down for that if they did that and tied it in that way.
That'd be a nice way to get everybody into like heavy war or whatever. That'd be a decent story.
Yeah. Right. So but I have a feeling that we're going to see more at Atten in the future, in the near future.
I just saw. I mean, they were talking about the. I'm not sure if you heard the story that the it wasn't doing like wasn't getting as much views as they would like. I mean,
Yeah, that's what I've been
ratings
seeing.
good.
Like I've been seeing random posts about that, but like I feel like the majority of people who've watched it liked it, right?
Yeah, that's the thing. The
Like,
ratings were good. It's just not too many people have been watching. I guess I don't know.
yeah, yeah.
I'm not
Like
sure how the Nielsen
viewership isn't
numbers.
as high, but maybe
Viewership,
the
that's
people who
it.
did watch it, enjoyed it. So I mean, I don't know. It's yeah, it's weird. Maybe people just aren't sitting at home and watching like streaming stuff as much as they were before. So maybe that's why the switch to doing less shows and more movies now.
There you go. Yeah, that
Right?
people. Yeah, movies
Because
are
I don't know
different.
about you, like I don't stream too much. Like there's like the odd series on Netflix, but I'm not like streaming a whole bunch of series and watching a whole bunch of stuff. Like I don't know.
Yeah, series. I've been. You know what's so funny? I've been watching again 2011's Lost.
Oh
I
really?
love that
Okay.
show. I
Okay.
love that show, man. So
See, I never got into it.
I love it. But yeah, streaming is. I think it was more like maybe a year or 2 years ago when people were
Yeah.
more at
Yeah.
home.
Like because they did they started the whole streaming
COVID,
thing like
because
Disney Plus, yeah, during COVID, right?
yeah,
'Cause they were like, well, people need a some form of entertainment. We can still make money off of this, so let's do the streaming service and put out all these Marvel and Star Wars shows. And now people are like people are they want to go back to the movie theaters, right?
mhm.
So that could
I mean,
explain the shift.
I think we can help in a small way. Everybody who watches it and liked it the first time, watch it again,
Yeah,
watch it another
yeah,
time. Just keep watching over and over
yeah.
again.
And same with any of the other series.
Yeah,
Like if okay, the Acolyte. I know a lot of people didn't enjoy the Acolyte. I enjoyed it. I did. I enjoyed it for what it was, and like it had some great lightsaber battles and duels in there, and Plagueis. Like it would have been cool to see Plagueis. That story continued. Chimera was fantastic.
Timer was cool.
Yeah. So like the best way to is to rewatch
Support.
that if you enjoyed it. Like support it. Like
Yeah,
rewatch it. Right.
yep,
Yeah,
yep.
even Andor, like Andor, like I know there's a lot of people who didn't really like care for Andor, right? But
Oh man, who are those people?
right,
Dude, I love Andor, man.
don't even talk to us if you didn't like Andor. Get out of the chat,
Who are these people?
right? Yeah, but that's right. Like if you enjoyed something and
Yeah,
you want to show that support,
multiple
like
times.
watch it again.
Mhm.
Yeah,
They get
yeah,
the numbers.
absolutely. Yeah, they get the numbers, and sometimes like stuff like that happens. They bring back series that didn't do so well on the initial launch, and they get higher numbers later, like as people are discovering this stuff later, right? So
Yeah, I don't want this to be one and done. Skeleton Crew. We
no,
need more stuff.
hopefully we get a second season, and if we don't get a second season, hopefully their story continues in one of the upcoming movies. Like I'm sure they will. I'm sure they'll probably bring
Mhm.
back maybe a couple of the kids. Maybe we'll see Jod again at some point, right? Like he's probably in prison on Atten. Who knows, right?
We talk about the animation, like if we can. I mean, if we don't get a season
Yeah, if they
two,
do,
can we
like,
get
yeah, take it
animation?
to animation. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'd be down for that.
have the kids to voice them. I mean, that
Yeah,
you may not get Jude Law. He's big character and big star,
yeah,
but at least somebody who sounds like continue the story.
yeah. I mean, you could get Jude Law too. They could
Yeah,
get.
if
Who
you
knows, right? They might.
pay them enough.
So yeah, right. So yeah,
Yeah,
we'll have to see. We'll have to see. I think we'll get I think we'll get their story continued at least, whether it's on the big screen or in a second season.
yeah.
So,
Preferably
but I
second
mean, like
season.
again, like Andor, I think wasn't Andor pretty low viewership, and they gave it
Yes,
a
it
second
didn't
season.
get.
So
That's true.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think the difference is that people who watched Andor enjoyed it for the most part. Like, yeah, I know there's some people that didn't like Andor because it was quite like as good as Andor is. It was like the first couple episodes were a little bit slower getting through that first story arc, but like once
Mhm.
stuff picked up and like the prison and
Mhm.
all that stuff, like, but overall it was a great show.
Yeah, it was.
So Yeah.
Oh yeah, prison and all that was just kind of like an added bonus. Like actually, like different, totally.
Yeah.
Like totally separated from where we're getting where he was on. What was that? What the planet he was on? Where he his mother and
Yeah.
yeah,
I can't think of
yeah,
the name of
totally
the planet
different.
either.
Like yeah, totally different. The aesthetics, everything was just like it's like a different chapter. It was pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Another reason why I'm excited for Andor is like we get another 12 episodes. Like we only get what, eight with every other
Mm-hmm.
series. Book of Boba had what, 7, I think, or was it Kenobi
Yeah,
that had 7? One of them had 7.
Book of
It's
Boba
like
Fett. I think it was 6. But the one
so
episode
6.
for
Yeah, that's right,
Mandalorian.
6. Yeah. Yeah,
Man,
6 episodes. It's like, yeah, I mean, I guess maybe they figure they can't stretch the story over 12 episodes, but
mhm.
I don't know. It just, they're doing it with Andor, so
Oh, you talking? Yeah. For Book of Boba
right?
Fett and some of the other shows, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Andor's just got you have a lot to get to,
There's a
and
lot.
and
Yeah,
that's why they're doing the time jumps, every two
yeah.
or 3 years. So
Every 3, I think it's what, every 3 episodes there's a 4-year
yeah,
time jump,
yes,
or there's a year
yes.
year time jump, so they
Hmm.
cover 4 years in the season. So yeah, I'm excited for it.
I'm
I'm very
super
excited
excited.
for it.
Yeah.
Uh, but into some more news. Some news from today actually. So the Hollywood Reporter dropped this news earlier today that Star Wars shocker, Ryan Gosling in talks to star in Sean Levy's movie. So if the deal makes, this would send the project into hyperdrive after 2 years of development and make it the next Star Wars movie to go into production. Because right now, the Rey movie, the Sharmino Obaid Chinoy movie hasn't gone into production. The James Mangold Dawn of the Jedi movie hasn't gone into production yet. So this would be the next one if this news ends up, like, if it ends up happening, if he ends up signing, they would probably go into production later this year, is what the article was saying. But yeah, the article says it's unclear when Levy's project. Actually, let's scroll back here. So yeah, the three-time Oscar nominee Ryan Gosling is in negotiations to top line the Star Wars feature project that will be directed by Deadpool and Wolverine filmmaker Sean Levy. Details on any Star Wars project are harder to acquire than plans for an orbital planet killer, which referring to the Death Star, which is that. Yeah, it's hard to acquire that kind of stuff. And this one is no exception. Levy has been developing his Star Wars feature since 2022, and Jonathan Troper, who collaborated with Levy on such films as This Is Where I Leave You and The Adam Project, which The Adam Project was fantastic. They've been working on a script for over a year. Levy has also been producing the feature he's also producing this Star Wars feature via his 21 Laps banner, joining Star Wars stewards Kathleen Kennedy and Lucasfilm. Um, so yeah, it's unclear when it takes place. Star Wars stories have run the gamut of hundreds of years, detailing the ongoings of the Galactic Republic turned dictatorship turned rebellion. It's also unclear if it concerns Jedi enemies, there's the Sith, and if it'll bring in other characters from the Skywalker saga. But it is meant to be a standalone movie. Sources tell the Hollywood Reporter. Lucasfilm had no comment on any impending deal or if or the project's details. But sources say the Gosling development is a late in the game move for Levy's movie schedule. The filmmaker was eyeing to direct a boy band movie setup at Paramount, which would have reunited him with Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman, which that kind of sounds funny. A boy band movie with Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman kind of sounds funny, but I would watch that just seeing the two of them, because like they were great in Deadpool and Wolverine together. But yeah, if Gosling's interest and involvement suddenly shifted the Star Wars project into hyperspace, if the deal actually happens, the project would it would be the first, or the next movie, the next Star Wars movie to go into production, with cameras potentially rolling this fall. So
Hmm.
um, Yeah. What are your thoughts on Ryan Gosling joining the Star Wars universe?
Yeah, I think he's a great actor.
He is a great actor.
A
Yeah.
plus actor. I think he'd fit very well. Just as long as they don't make him do. I don't think as a Jedi, I think that wouldn't work for him. He's not. I don't see him as playing a Jedi or anything like that.
No.
Like a Blade Runner kind of character, kind of
Yeah.
solemn and
Yeah.
you know
Yeah.
going throughout the movie. I'm not sure where this is supposed to be taking place, like, or timeline.
Yeah, that's the thing. We don't know when. Yeah, when or where, right? So.
Just keep him in where he's more comfortable in, and don't make him go, doing something else where I don't think it would fit his character, him as as an actor. But he's done other stuff. But I mean, I think keeping him in his set ways or roles that he's done before.
You know, who I see him as? I could see him as Dash Rendar from Shadows of the Empire.
Okay.
You put a beard on him.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. They can. Yeah, I mean, if they want to go back and go into the extended universe, right? They can do that. Or if you want to, try to tie in some of that into, where they're going with Star Wars now, that'd be cool. I read the established character, but maybe something different. But
yeah, something different would be cool. But I mean,
but not a Jedi. I don't think a Jedi would. I think he would just keep him as he is.
That's the thing though. Like, isn't this movie supposed to have Rey in it as well? Is what we
like. The one we're talking about?
Well, I think there's multiple because there's multiple projects. There's multiple projects that are going to have Rey. So like the Charmin Obaid-Chinoy movie is like a Rey. I think that's going to be the first of like the Simon Kinberg trilogy, and then this is separate. Okay. But I think we mentioned before that this was this was going to have Rey in it at some point, possibly like an older version of Rey. I think as a supporting character in this one as well.
We're talking about that.
So I don't know. Like it could be interesting. Like I don't know. Could I see him as a Jedi? No, but I mean, who knows? Like maybe he could play a Jedi. We'll have to see.
Maybe
we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, I think. I mean, if they were, that's what they were giving him, or he'll pull it off. But it's just I wish they were just kind of confine him into like like a Han Solo type character, but not as not as comical.
Yeah.
But if they want to go with that, then hey, who am I?
Right. It should be interesting to see.
He's a great actor. Great actor.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Blade Runner was great. So.
Yeah, he's done
Notebook,
a wide variety of work, right? So, it should be interesting to see for sure.
Should be interesting. We get some further news. That'd be good to see where they're going to put this, or what he's going to be. So,
yeah. But interesting to find out that he's the A-lister that that they were eyeing, because like this is the first time, like if you think about it, it's really is the first time that they're bringing, like if it happens, it's the first time they've brought on an A-lister to play one of the main roles in a Star Wars movie.
Yeah,
because the original trilogy they brought in unknowns. The sequel, like the prequel trilogy, they brought in some unknowns, but like some up and coming, like Natalie Portman wasn't a huge name back then. Ewan McGregor, like he wasn't a huge name. Liam Neeson had, like Jimmy Smits, but like Liam Neeson had won an Oscar for Schindler's List before that, but like that was it. Like he wasn't like huge, like he hadn't done Taken, all the Taken movies. He hasn't, so like he was probably the biggest name in the movie. So, like, this is the first time they're actually bringing in an A-list actor who's done quite a bit of, like, has an impressive resume and won some awards for some of the movies. And, so, like, this would be the first time that they've done that. So, we'll have to wait and see how things pan out. Who knows? Maybe we'll get some more news later this week, and we can report back to everyone next week, right? So, interesting news, some exciting news.
Good news. Yeah, some interesting stories for today.
Yeah.
See that last one, I didn't hear about it.
Yeah, I know that was like hot off the press this afternoon, I think. So like I saw it when I was just getting off work. I was like, okay, that's news. So it should be interesting to see.
I'm glad they were able to get him. He's a great actor.
Yeah, and it should be interesting to see what Sean Levy does, because like I don't know, like you've seen some of his movies, Sean Levy's movies, right? Like Free Guy was awesome.
Free Guy, watched
the Adam Project.
Adam Project.
Yeah. He did Sean Levy directed the Night at the Museum movies, so like those were great. Yeah.
Love those movies.
Yeah. This Is Where I Leave You, which was a good movie as well. So like he's done some good movies. And then of course Deadpool and Wolverine, which was fantastic.
That one is on my watch list.
Oh, you haven't watched it yet, eh?
I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah,
it's streaming right.
I mean, who knows? Like maybe he might bring in Ryan Reynolds in a cameo or something, because he likes to work with Ryan Reynolds.
Mm-hmm.
Ryan Reynolds and Sean Levy. They like to work together. So
Ryan Reynolds and
Ryan Gosling.
Ryan Gosling brothers, like
right.
What if they did the whole twins kind of thing? Don't get me into that.
yeah.
Too much, as it's too little to go and start speculating on. But it's cool they got him, and kudos to Disney for snatching him and grabbing him for a project. That's cool.
Yeah. But I think that'll do it for this episode. Thanks everyone for watching and joining us in the chat, and thanks for everyone watching on the replay. Definitely check out both of our channels. Definitely hit that subscribe button if you want to see more Star Wars news and rumors on Rebel Rewind every Tuesday. Hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and we will see everyone in the next episode.